Here's what happens. Goddess and bodice, there's a pi. Yeah, it's pi. Usually it's the circumference of a round object. There's a diameter, a diameter that goes in the middle for the diatomical, anatomical measurement system of me, te, and return. So there's some scientific principles that are really important. Did you ever notice that the man with the aster eyes, A-S-T-E-R, from asteroid, O-I-D, who seems always to be annoyed when his proper wife is not seated next to him? Yeah, asteroid, A-S-T-E-R. There's that extra special color of his eyes with a ID for a genealogy that only belongs to his log, L-O-G, as a god from elsewhere. And all of these slanty ratio people, S-L-A-N-T, R-A-T-I-O, keep confusing themselves with Mr. Astor ID himself. In genealogy, orange eye, that works very well at Vlad Renaissance. RE, it's the registered exchange program into the NI. SON, because he's born here. Then it's the Aether, it's the NC, and then it's the Ether. And that's how we are tuned in Renaissance via Neptune, Neptune, and Baktune, Baktune. Like, all of these are really dangerous science principles to have out there on the internet and phishing and whatnot. But clearly, there is somebody claiming to have Aster ID eyes that do not have them, never will, unless Niklaus says it's okay. I being pinnacle, look at that, it's pi, P-I. It's the two eta, E-T-A. That one leg drops down, so they're half above, half below in eta timing. That's the extra special anatomical clock system they own. As exchange student returns from elsewhere. I mean, like, this is really fucking simple for us to explain, although we normally don't have to speak quite so much, but there is a whole lot of Tony, my grandfather, onto 9, strictly 9, that they fucked over, and he has a T.O. to New York, NY, address where they allowed him to come to New York, and then left him in squalor and nothingness, and didn't tell him. They told him that his son was a prince, but nobody said what it meant. Nobody told him what to do. Nobody made it important. And nobody clued my father in either. When my father met a king, he was like, king? Like a real king? I didn't think there were royalty and kings anymore. We're in America. They don't really acknowledge those kinds of things. So you're gonna have to explain, you understand? It's like the dumb leading the dumber in America, because they just left everybody to guess. G-U-E-S-S, hoping they would never figure it out. But the end of Pinnacle is my name, Nicole, without the O. Because usually it's things we don't have to speak about and explain to you, because you already knew it coming in at Wizards and Magic, but there's no magic in New York at all. M-A-G-I-C. Never was. There's no magic department. There's no magic people. There's nobody to explain why science principle is a lot better of a gig as czar, C-Z-A-R, and T-S-A-R than a prince of Chihuahua status that works in a viceroy of some sort. And they don't want to take claim to... They started opening cardboard boxes in Tony's time frame, a little bit before, in 1800s, where cardboard boxes are corporations. They made corpses and placed them in a cardboard box, C-A-R-D-B-O-A-R-D-B-O-X, Yeah, they made these boards of corporations with these like really important people who move money and shares and vote on all sorts of things that don't listen to the military when they're like, no, you can't do this. Yeah, why? My daddy said I could. I mean, it's fucking ridiculous between the two. I mean, so you got cardboard boxes with a board of arrogance at the top, moving money and shares and science projects that they're not allowed to have. Then saying, why can't I have science projects? Who are you? Well, I just happen to be the God Pinnacle from elsewhere. Brandy Tree, yeah, we don't expect you to know because clearly you only accept the knowledge that you adhere to. But no, trust me, you are going to adhere to mine because mine comes with bullets and penalty of death. So they put in dead people in a corpse and then they hide behind, well, it wasn't me, it was the board of operations, board of corporations. They voted that way and I didn't know, I was only one vote of. Right, yeah, that's not going to work at capital punishment. That's why we have such a thing. And Corporal knows it. I don't know why they are so lax on the morals and ethics and prosecution of it's really fucking simple to clean up the Espionage and Sabotage Act that I never approved. And then my father opened a corporation. They're like, oh, look, Douglas Bremen. Oh, it's Douglas and it's Austrian Bremen and it's the bridge and we're good. No, we're not. Because nobody told him he was a prince, didn't know what it meant, didn't know what his daughter was, and by the time Lou, the bathroom dad, came around, nobody was talking and everybody was trying to sabotage him and my life to hide their own crimes and grow even more dangerous and large. Because we went from to New York in my grandfather's time to my father's T-I-N-Y, tiny New York. Yeah, the to New York and beyond timed procession from 3 generations earlier thought they bought some cardboard box science and chemical experiment that they could just keep on continuing to get more dangerous, and nobody at Corporal and Capital Punishers are doing anything, so why not just keep on going? Yeah, that's kind of how criminals think. I don't know why this is a surprise to corporals, and like, I need you to get your uniforms in gear and go clean up Wall Street. But it's a whole nother exchange program of a different sort that goes to Lords of London elsewhere in banking and problems. So, where are you all lost inside of the truth? Because it's all truth all the time. It's who we are, how we were born, and it was never going to change except to come after you all in manners that I really didn't want to have to go through. Would have been easier to just pair me the proper way the first time. And to get the corpse and the cardboard box and the science experiments and whatnot out of the real way and flatten all the skyscrapers. And put you on a formal diet, D-I-E-T, plan, P-L-A-N, of the alien nation elsewhere, which is where we pinnacle and we transfer from.